Hi Taurus, how are you? We're going to be doing a current energy reading for you, Taurus. We're going to look at your crystals, we'll look at a breakdown, and then I'm going to look at who you're dealing with or what energy you're dealing with. So let's get started. For Taurus, something of good luck landed on your lap. I feel that. A little truth, something came through. You were very guarded with somebody. You feel somebody was guarded, but it was something that you found out with healing, because you got clarity with healing here at 4 o'clock. You feel they were guarded here. You're taking it for a grain of salt almost with the healing here, because there's been something heavy at 1 o'clock. Who they're dealing with. 1 o'clock, they feel something's been set, but they're very pleased. Whatever reaching out or anything like this that happened, they didn't expect it. You attained a lot of information, or they let you know, it was a quick conversation. You know, there's hope here on the board, and a feel-good energy here, definitely. So that's a good energy to have around you, or a person that you're dealing with, too. This is for our lovely Taurus. Current energies for Taurus. Well, you got Bloodstone. Get up and get moving. And then you may have been through something with the tourmalated quartz. Let's get out of your own way. So I think that's what you've been working on. That's what you've been doing. You know, you're learning something. You're absorbed a lot in change. I'm going to say that. Let's see who you're dealing with. Who Taurus is dealing with, please. The current energies. Who Taurus. Well, we got Uknite. Unikite, sorry. Live in the now. So there was something they expressed in the now that was a little hard to go through. There was a couple of rooted issues that you did not see. One more for who they're dealing with. The Pedialyte. Recall your dreams. So they've been thinking about you or dreaming about you, or, you know, the wishful thinking. You know, you could be dealing with a water sign, or you could be dealing with an Aries as well. Aries, Leo, Sag, Scorpio, or Cancer. Energies between them. Zodiac. Speak the truth. So yes, there was something that was discussed between you, like I had said, or you both attained that with the Zodiac energies. On the bottom of the desk, we have Criscola, which is a fresh start. So you're both looking forward to that, whoever this is for you. You got Hematite. You got a groundedness. Ground yourself. Soothe your soul, you know, and set up strong boundaries. So maybe you're the one that set strong boundaries. They have as well, but I see it more in the past than in the now, even though the now came up with them. You're wondering something of a balance with that. Is there truth? A gate came out twice. So you have truth and a gate, which is also truth. So truth confirming truth. So for reflection, if you would, I mean, even look at that. And that one's ground yourself. Okay, let's get a small breakdown. For Taurus energy, please. This is for Taurus current energy. For Taurus. Current energy for Taurus holds. You're in your south node So you're learning a lot. You feel there's a watching energy with you with family. You know, you feel nurtured and protected. You feel there's abundance, you know, and in the past, Saturn was present, you know, where maybe there was some doubt. But you feel nurtured and protection, and you're watching from that, from family. So this is Taurus energy. I feel father energy, really. Mm-hmm. Can I have who Taurus is dealing with? Well, they're not sure about what your intentions are, you know, self-love. Maybe they're beating themselves up for something, or they have to get better care of themselves, you know, in the present. So they have now and present taking care of themselves, and maybe they needed assistance with that. So I think that's the news that you definitely seen. You're divinely guided, though they are. You know, there's guardians around this person. Again, dreams, with a dream card here, they think about you, you know. And I think they're proud of you that you released something, purged something. Why the purge when it comes to Taurus? Yeah, the world, you completed something. So that's what they're proud of. Where is Taurus headed now, in the here and now? Because you have that present. I just want to ask one for that. Freedom. So maybe freedom from struggles, what you had to go through with this particular person. I don't know what the situation is for you. Take what resonates, leave what don't. But you're learning something, and you know, I don't see the wish fulfilled card, but I see an apology on the bottom of the deck. Top card. Yeah. Making up. You know, there was action in that. There was an unknown for a long time. You know, but there was a spark recently through an unexpected reaching out. And a belief system was dropped in the North Node. Mm-hmm. So, meaning it wasn't strong, the union, you know. There's been a lot of times where this has been apart, but it's a longer union than you expected, and you never thought they, like if you called, for example, and they answered, you never expected them to answer. So maybe you were the one that reached out. But you reached out with good news, and I want to say they were pleasantly surprised with the news. Mars action. There was a distance, and then there was an offer. So yeah, so you reached out. Mars energy telling me, you know, there was a timeout prior. So let's get a smaller aspect and we'll end the reading just to give some advice with the situation. I really believe that it's good news, you know. I think very good news. Taurus energy is on the bottom, but it was reversed, and I want to say that was in the past. You've gained some patience with this situation. They're saying just be patient. You know, there was an energy that you didn't like, and you waited for a long time and been patient for a long time for movement from this. But it just stood stagnant, and now there's been a transformation. You're dealing with a higher energy or an older person. Yeah, I believe you're younger, Taurus. And you didn't know what they were going through or something. They were working on something that you weren't aware of. And you got communication. Very good. You know, it's a King of Swords. You know, there was some toxicity with it, so there was clarity, but very strong. That the strength come through that you did something. This is coming from an energy that's proud of you. Surely but steadily, You know, things weren't smoothed out, and that was the unknown. They didn't know what was going to happen. But they're happy in the family reunion right now. They're actually celebrating, and you don't know it. Could be addictions. And that's coming from the can cups. Things were toxic in a circle, you know. And I think the apology that came through before is if they could say that, and maybe that did happen, and both parties feel better. Knight of Cups, yes, there's been movement with emotions, movement with love, movement and a message about emotions and love. You know, secret wishes, guided to, you know. This is very passionate. You're watching for a sign like, should I go in and talk to him now? It's like that energy. Or maybe I should leave him alone a little bit. Maybe I should go talk to him now, you know? It's like that because of the Five of Wands energy that I'm holding. A lot of arguments. But I think that's come to a halt with the Four of Coins. And that's the victory in it. So Taurus, you know, you're going to have a victory. You've been holding something in for a long time. You've been working hard on yourself. I see that. Your earth energy is present for you. You could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, of course, as Leo is on the board. So, you know, something of an unknown, you know, where the Scorpio revealed it, you know. The moon's right here. You got Leo above you, so strong passion within this, you know, especially with the communication that came out. So maybe, you know, there was a heart to heart talk and it was your wish. Okay? No wish coming to you. If you didn't have this heart to heart, you're about to have one. Don't worry, it's going to go smooth. Okay, take care.